Hey, what's up, guys? Steel City Dashcam here. I'm doing an Ask Me Anything. So I have some questions that people have asked me across multiple platforms, as well as a couple that I feel are worth addressing anyway. So I'm just going to kind of jump right into it, because I got a decent little handful here. So first off, why are parts of so many clips in my compilations muted? So there is one reason and one reason only, and that is copyright. I mute half the clips because that is the easiest way to not get copyright issues. I've never had a video blocked or anything, and I don't monetize my videos, but I don't want those copyright things popping up if I can avoid them, you know? Plus, a lot of the times the music's very loud. I already have to adjust the volume down, so I know when it's that loud, the way that this camera picks up that kind of audio, it's going to think that I'm playing the song more than it's just in the background in my car. So that's the reason. So what mods have I done to the car, and how much have I spent on it? So the only real mods per se is I did the train horn, obviously, which was about $50. And me and my buddy knocked that out in a day. I did the exhaust, obviously, which, as I will eventually go over in its own video, is a muffler delete, resonator delete, straight pipe 2.5 inch piping, straight back to a cherry bomb base. It's barely an exhaust, or barely a muffler. It's a 12-inch cherry bomb, and to a 4.5-inch exit. And that cost me actually only $40. The muffler was the expensive part. The piping cost me about $15. The muffler cost me $25. And I used my buddy's welder, and he and I worked on it, and we got it done. So it was cheap. Top 5 whiskeys is the next question I got, actually. Why did I go to that? Alright, I'm going to have to trim that. I better not. I'm not missing the light because of that douchebag. So, in the other mods, I mean, the stickers are actually the most expensive mod I've done to the car. That's just because there's so many of them. There's 2,800 and counting on this car. And that has cost me a total of about $150 at most. That's sort of a highball estimate, but still not very expensive. And obviously the paint for the wheels, the paint for the hood, removing my third row seat was a free mod. All that was literally taking the seat out. And a bunch of other little things, you know, replacing knobs and levers and stuff with stuff that's less worn out, replacing cracked pieces of plastic with painted versions and, you know, stuff like that. So other than that, I mean, there's not really any other mods, so it's not very expensive. A lot of the money I've put into the car has been fixing it, just because it's an old car, and it's right around that mileage at 171,000, where things start to go and things need replaced. So that's most of the quote-unquote mods I've been doing to the car is actually just repair. Now, top 5 whiskeys, I was asked. This is very hard for me to pick. The top 10 to 15 are all very close, but my top 5, from 5 to 1, is New Riff Single Barrel, Jack Daniel's Heritage Single Barrel Rye Barrel Proof, Redemption Wheated Bourbon, Larceny Barrel Proof Batch B520, and 1792 Sweet Wheat. Obviously, I have a type. The top 3 are all wheaters, but there are a lot of others that I put right outside of that top 5. Now, next question, back to the car. What else am I doing to the car? So I'm not really looking at modding things until I need to fix something already. So, for example, when I need to do my shocks, springs, struts, all that stuff, I'm going to lower it. I'm going to put it on Ultima springs and coils, and it's going to be on the ground. And the other big one is eventually, when the transmission goes, I'm going to manual swap it. Because it uses the same engine from the Accord V6, and that came in a stick. So it's all there. I just would need to gut my center console to do it, which is no big deal to me. This car's already going to be the Frankenstein. It already kind of is a Frankenstein. The other big thing is once the engine eventually decides to go, is it's going to get a V8 swap. There's room in the engine bay. The engine bays in this thing are gigantic. And it'll be so much fun to wrench on it with my buddies. So why not? Why not have fun with it? If you're not having fun with your car, what's the point? Beyond that, I mean, maybe window tint, because I can legally tint the hell out of my windows, at least all but the front three. And I don't know, maybe other little things that they pop up. I might debadge the front too. I don't know. Just little things as they come up, but I don't have any set in stone plans for the car, just eventual plans once they're required. So the next question, how many wrecks have I been in that I can remember? In my car, actual wrecks, I've been in one, where I was rear-ended back in December. That was the first actual wreck with the car. It's been bumped, it's been tapped, I don't count those. I was in one wreck in my friend's car where we got rear-ended, and his car was mostly fine. It was drivable. And I was in one in my friend's 1974 Ford LTD where we got T-boned hard, and we were somehow fine. The car was an L shape, or shaped like a hockey stick, honestly. Beyond that, I mean, little fender benders, but nothing major. Nothing substantial. Next, the worst driver and the worst personal mistake. So the worst driver I've experienced had to be, actually in this exact spot, the pit shuttle that ran me onto the shoulder and then brake checked me and followed me when I honked. I forget what video it's in. I'm not even going to try to find it. It's in one of my worst driver ones. I'm sure you can find it there. At least part of that clip. Worst personal mistake would probably have to be right a little bit after I got my license, living in Harrisburg. I was merging onto the highway, and without really looking, went to pass the very slow van that was merging in front of me, and definitely almost pinched someone into the center median. They were behind me too, but they accelerated a lot faster than me, so I just didn't even think that they would be there. I looked a second before, assumed they weren't, and was wrong. Beyond that, I mean, obviously I have my personal mistakes, but nothing too crazy for the most part. I drive like a dick, but that's the extent of it. Let's see. How much driving is in one compilation? So it kind of depends. Nowadays, it's a couple weeks worth of driving. Sometimes 2 to 3 weeks. And that's with shorter videos, excluding clips that are uneventful. This van is going to push their way in, aren't they? Oh, well, they waited for me. Okay. Props. But it's not a set amount. It goes for, if I don't have enough footage for a compilation, I'll bring over the next set of files and just kind of go at it that way, and kind of go until it hits a length where I'm comfortable with, which is usually the 7 to 8 minute till about 12-13 minute mark. So it varies. I don't want to say significantly, but it could be a week's worth of driving if I drove a lot, or it could be a month. Sometimes there just aren't a lot of bad drivers for a while. Sometimes you get 10 of them in one drive. So it just kind of depends. Now, what are my bad driving habits? I drive fast. I definitely drive fast. I am not the most predictable driver. I definitely can be pretty quick and zippy. I think out what I do. I don't like... I'm not unpredictable when I should be predictable. I just, I flip my signal on for 1 or 2 blinks as I'm starting to move over. But I don't do that when it's going to affect somebody. When it's going to affect somebody, I'm really good with having my signal on when it needs to be, slowing down when I need to slow down, paying as much attention as I need to, which is all of it. But it's mostly the speed. I also can kind of zone out at times, not to a point where it really affects my driving, but to the point where I'm not as sharp as I should be. It's never been an issue, but that's not saying it's not a problem. But the only definitive one that is consistent is speed. I drive fast. Let's see. So, has having a dash cam saved me or someone else? So, yes, it has saved me. There was, and I can't post the footage of this yet until I get cleared from the police that are using this in the state. So when I was in Nebraska, someone changed lanes into me, and I spun them. I had nowhere to go. They just changed lanes into me. They accused me of being at fault and called police. Police come out, and he says that I came up and I spun him, like changed lanes into him. And then when they asked for my side, I showed them the video, and they hit him for everything in the book, from lying to police, attempted insurance fraud, you name. I don't know the 100% true, tried and true list of charges, but they hit him with everything. They hit him with like 9 traffic citations. But he's suing the police department, saying that they falsely, whatever, I don't know. The dude's nuts. This is his 3rd attempt at suing. But until all that's done and it's not being used as evidence, they don't want me posting the video publicly. So until then, it waits. So that's the one time it's really saved me. Now, has it saved someone else? Yes. That crash that I have somewhere, this was probably, a year and a half ago now. The sideswipe crash that I caught back on Forbes Avenue in Oakland. That one, the person who sideswiped the car tried to claim that it was the other way around and that they were in the lane and got sideswiped, but my video proved that the guy who got sideswiped was not at fault. So he texted me telling me that my video is the reason that it wasn't 50-50 fault. On a, like a he said, she said type thing. So it has saved at least 2 people now from being faulted in incidents. Especially mine. I was a young driver out of state in a car in my dad's name. So it saved my ass, to be blunt. It saved my ass. If there are... that's all the questions I have. If there are other questions that people want to ask, go ahead and ask in the comments, and I'll answer pretty much whatever. Whoops. But yeah, thanks for watching. Keep posted. I'm going to be continuing to put stuff up. By the time this goes up, any dates I would be saying are inaccurate. So just expect some new content. I got a lot planned. I got a lot in the works, and I have some time to work on all of it. So now I'm not going to be posting as fast as I want to, but it should be at least semi-regularly now. So that being said, thanks for watching, and I look forward to hearing from y'all. Thanks.